Boeing is a symbol of American industrial might, connecting the world and projecting U.S. power. For over a century, its aircraft, from the 747 to the Dreamliner, have dominated global aviation. Boeing anchors a vast supply chain, supporting thousands of businesses, and an estimated 1.8 million U.S. jobs. Its success is deeply tied to the American economy, making it a bellwether for manufacturing and innovation. Commercial aircraft are among America's top exports, helping offset trade deficits and cementing U.S. leadership in aviation. But Boeing's legacy now faces a profound challenge. Internal missteps and external geopolitical forces have thrown the company into crisis. The stakes go beyond Boeing's bottom line. They threaten the livelihoods of workers, suppliers, and entire communities. In the spring of 2025, the U.S. administration shocked global markets by announcing a sweeping set of aggressive tariffs on a wide range of Chinese goods. The move was framed as a bold effort to protect American industries and jobs, but it sent immediate shockwaves through international trade circles and rattled investors around the world. Almost overnight, tensions between the world's two largest economies escalated into a full-blown trade war, with both sides digging in for a prolonged conflict that threatened to reshape the global economic landscape. China responded with remarkable speed and precision, targeting some of America's most valuable exports. Among the hardest hit was Boeing, a symbol of U.S. manufacturing might, which suddenly faced tariffs as high as 125% on its aircraft sold to Chinese airlines. This dramatic move instantly doubled the cost of Boeing planes for Chinese carriers, making new purchases nearly impossible. Boeing, once a trusted partner in China's aviation boom, was now caught in the crossfire, its jets grounded and its future in the region uncertain. The escalating conflict sent shockwaves through financial markets, creating wild volatility and deep uncertainty. Investors and executives alike worried that Boeing's global business model, built on open markets and international cooperation, was now under existential threat. President Trump's public accusations against China, broadcast around the world, tied Boeing's fate directly to the political standoff. The company's fortunes became a talking point in heated press conferences and a symbol of the broader struggle. Boeing was no longer just a manufacturer of airplanes, it had become a central figure in a high-stakes geopolitical drama, its workers and executives anxiously watching events unfold. The trade war weaponized tariffs as never before, transforming what was once economic competition into a fierce battle for technological dominance and national pride. For Boeing, the open skies of global commerce suddenly darkened with protectionism and uncertainty. As the company faced headwinds it could not have anticipated just months earlier. Now, Boeing's future hung in the balance, its destiny shaped not by engineering or innovation, but by the unpredictable forces of global politics and international rivalry. In April 2025, China made a stunning announcement that sent shockwaves through the global aviation industry. The government ordered all Chinese airlines to immediately halt any new purchases of Boeing aircraft, a move that reverberated far beyond the country's borders. At the same time, China froze deliveries of completed jets, leaving dozens of brand new planes stranded on tarmacs and in storage facilities, unable to reach their intended customers. This act of retaliation was a direct response to escalating tensions, and it cut off Boeing's most important foreign market overnight, dealing a severe blow to the company's global ambitions. Aircraft manufacturers like Boeing depend heavily on final delivery payments to maintain healthy cash flow. With China's freeze, Boeing suddenly faced an immediate and severe liquidity crisis, putting immense pressure on its financial stability. The timing couldn't have been worse. China is projected to become the world's largest aviation market within the next decade, and losing access to this market is not just a financial setback, it's a strategic disaster that could reshape the industry. At the time of the freeze, Boeing had 130 planes officially on order for Chinese customers, but industry insiders believe the true number is even higher, with many more likely hidden in undisclosed deals and confidential agreements. The abrupt halt sent Boeing's share price into a tailspin, wiping out billions in market value and exposing just how vulnerable the company is to the unpredictable tides of geopolitics. Boeing, once a symbol of American industrial might, suddenly found itself caught in the crossfire of a high-stakes dispute between two global superpowers. This was more than just a commercial setback for one company. It was a stark demonstration of how deeply global interdependence can be weaponized in moments of political conflict, threatening the stability of entire industries. With its future in China now uncertain, Boeing's long-term position against its European rival Airbus is at greater risk than ever before, potentially shifting the balance of power in the aviation world. The crisis left a titan of industry reeling, its future clouded by forces far beyond its control. Beyond the trade war, a deeper threat is emerging in China's own aerospace ambitions. Beijing has poured resources into COMAC, aiming to break the Boeing-Airbus duopoly. The C919, China's answer to the 737, is now entering service, with state airlines pressured to buy Chinese. This strategy punishes the US while nurturing a domestic champion, turning the market into a battleground for industrial supremacy. If COMAC succeeds, Boeing's market share could erode not just in China, but globally. However, COMAC still relies on Western technology for critical systems, creating mutual dependencies. China is determined to reduce this reliance, accelerating efforts to build a self-sufficient aerospace industry. The current conflict only strengthens Beijing's resolve. Boeing faces not just a lost market, but a rising competitor backed by the full power of the Chinese state. The trade war struck Boeing at its weakest. The company was already reeling from a major safety incident, a damaging factory strike, and mounting regulatory scrutiny. Production delays and quality scandals had eroded trust and strained finances. Legal battles and whistleblower complaints kept Boeing in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. These internal crises left Boeing dangerously exposed, unable to weather the shock of losing China. The trade war turned a series of challenges into an existential crisis. Boeing's crisis ripples through the entire U.S. economy, affecting countless industries. With 1.8 million jobs linked to its operations, production slowdowns threaten workers, suppliers, and local communities everywhere. Thousands of small businesses depend on Boeing's orders for their survival. When production drops, layoffs follow across the country, impacting families. The pain spreads far beyond Boeing's factories, devastating industrial towns and entire supply chains. China also feels the strain. Its manufacturing sector contracts, and millions of jobs are at risk there too. Chinese airlines face shortages of new, efficient aircraft for their fleets, as Airbus can't fill the gap alone, despite increased demand. U.S. aircraft exports have plummeted, threatening billions in revenue and global trade. Even international customers are growing wary, as instability spreads beyond the U.S. and China, affecting the world. With China closed, Boeing is racing to find new buyers for its planes. A massive backlog of global orders offers a temporary buffer, but reallocating production is a logistical challenge. India's booming aviation market is a key target, with airlines eager to expand their fleets. Redirecting planes to India and the Middle East, where Boeing recently secured a record order from Qatar, provides some relief. These deals signal Boeing's resilience, but no single market can replace China's scale. Negotiations with airlines and suppliers are complex and time-consuming. The pivot is damage control, not a long-term solution. Boeing's future depends on resolving internal issues and hoping for a thaw in US-China relations. Boeing's crisis is more than just a corporate stumble. It's a warning for American manufacturing in an era of great power rivalry. The challenges facing Boeing echo across the entire industrial landscape, raising urgent questions about the nation's ability to compete and thrive in a rapidly changing world. The company's fate is now deeply intertwined with the volatile US-China relationship. As tensions rise and trade disputes intensify, Boeing finds itself caught in the crossfire of global politics, where every decision can have far-reaching consequences for its future. If China remains closed to Boeing's products, the company's decline could ripple through the American economy, weakening not only the nation's industrial base, but also its global standing as a leader in advanced manufacturing and innovation. Some analysts argue that China can't afford to shut out Boeing forever. Its airlines need modern, reliable jets, and domestic competitors like COMAC aren't yet ready to fill the gap. The demand for safe, efficient air travel continues to grow, and Boeing's expertise remains unmatched in many areas. Yet, if Beijing is willing to endure short-term pain for the promise of long-term gain, the global aviation landscape may be permanently altered. China's ambitions to build its own aerospace industry could reshape the balance of power in the skies. The United States now faces a pivotal decision: how to compete in a world where market access is dictated not just by product quality, but by shifting political alliances and strategic interests. The old rules of global trade are being rewritten. A new industrial strategy may be needed, one that not only protects critical supply chains, but also invests in the next generation of technology and fosters a culture of relentless innovation. The future of American manufacturing depends on bold action and forward-thinking leadership. The choices made today will shape America's economic future for decades to come, influencing everything from job creation to national security and global influence. For Boeing and its thousands of workers, the stakes couldn't be higher. Their livelihoods and the communities that depend on them hang in the balance as the company navigates this period of uncertainty. The turbulence is severe, and the path ahead will define not just Boeing's future, but the trajectory of American industry for generations to come.